Hi, today I'm doing chapter 6, which is conditionals and loops. I'm going to start with conditionals and loops are two of the most important concepts in JavaScript. A conditional says if something is true, do this, otherwise do that. For example, if you do your homework, you can have an ice cream, but if you don't do your homework, you don't get the ice cream. A loop says as long as something is true, keep doing this. For example, as long as you are thirsty, keep drinking water. Okay, I've done so I'm using the same thing on the textbook, in the JavaScript, embedding JavaScript in HTML. So this is the one I'm using. It's here. I'm on script. The part of the script is down there after I'm done with everything. Sorry. Now this is just running it's just printing the hello world. Printing hello world, and we start with conditionals, the if statement. Here we have an example. Let's just read it says the if statement is the simplest of JavaScript control structures. It's used to run code only if a condition is true. Return to your HTML file and 2 lines inside the script element with this. Okay, I did that. This is the first script element and the last one is at the end. So here there is var name equals to Nicholas console.log hello plus name. I did this example. Okay. So I think I went to pick. Okay. So it says let name equals to Nicholas, and then if then you print the name, so it's gonna say hello Nicholas, and then it's gonna say hello Nicholas, and then if Nicholas length is more than 7, if the name Nicholas has 7 characters, then you print wow, your name is long. Let's just show it here. I think at the end I have another variable name, so I'll just do this. So that it doesn't disturb me on top. Okay. Also this, I think I have to hide it to comment out. Then I'll just move the comments when I need to use it. Yeah, it's done. So now if we print this, it's chapter 6. And then you inspect. It's going to show us in the console. It says, hi Nicholas, wow, your name is long. So now this means that upon counting the letters of the name, JavaScript found that Nicholas' name has more than 7 characters. But what if we go back and say equals 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. So now, what if we wanna count the exact number of the? What if Nicholas had 7 words? What were we gonna do? 7 characters, letters. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do the 7 equals is less or equals to. Now, same. Now, if we were doing the if else statement, we could have done something like this. Say name. Okay. I'm just showing what I would have done if it was dot length is less than, so I want to use less than 7. We do this and then we console. Hi, your name is short. And we close this. And let's see how this is gonna run. Hello, Nicholas. Wow, your name is long. Why is it still showing us that the name is long? It's simply because this is not gonna, the first statement is not gonna run because it's not the correct one. So it's still gonna jump this looking for the correct one. Okay. If we had put this at first and instead of this at first, it was still gonna this one was still gonna be the output. Why? Because once it's found the correct one, it's never gonna go anywhere. It's not running anyway. So let me just cancel this. Okay, I'll just okay. Now we are here. Let name equals to Nicholas. Console.log hello Nicholas. No, this is the first one. I want this one. Let name equals to Nico. Console.log hi plus num. The name is Nico, so it's hi Nico. If name is greater than 7, console log your name is long, or else sorry. Oh, your name is short. Okay, let's do this. We are already at if else statement. Okay. So now we have Nico. It says hi plus Nico. So if Nico's name is less than 7 letters, we control.log your name is short. Else control.log oh your name is long, else your name is short. Let's see the answer for this one, since the word Nico doesn't have a lot of letters. oh, your name is short. Why did it print out that Nico's name is short? Because JavaScript already went on to count Nico's name is not greater than 7 slash. So obviously JavaScript is gonna print the correct one only. Okay. So as I said before, if an if statement will execute its body only if the condition is true. Yes, if you want something else to happen when the condition is false, you need to use an if else statement. Let's extend example below. There is one named Nicholas. Two, four, six, eight. Okay, so if we're using the if statement, it wouldn't have printed anything if we only had the wrong statement. But now, since we are using an else statement, it's gonna print out the even the wrong one as long as it matches the statement. Because now it says the name is Nico. If Nico's name is more than 7, print your name is long. Else print, oh, your name is short. So since now Nico's name is less than 7, it's gonna print, oh, your name is short. Okay. I'm gonna comment out this. So this is how the if statement works. If condition, that it depends on what you want to happen. So if my name is Christabel, then print hi Christabel. Else print who are you? This is what this is saying. So if my name is Ruvimbo, and then we're gonna print hi Ru. But then if we don't get the name here, if the name is not Ruvimbo, then we have to print the other statement, which is the false one. Chaining if else statement. Okay, so now we have the chicken, the food, the Chinese food example. Okay, let's do the Chinese food example. Okay, so now we have lemon chicken. We have beef with bean and sweet and sour pork. So what do we do? What's the story here? The story is that you wanna order food from the Chinese restaurant and you want lemon chicken. This is your first preference. But if you don't get the first preference, you would prefer having beef with black bean. And then if you don't get beef with black bean, you would want sour pork. But if you don't get the 3 of the above, you have to use the else statement. You'd want to get sweet and sour pork. So now we go. Okay, I think this one is false because I used it for the second example. Yeah, I used it for the second example as well. Just the first code. So if it is lemon chicken, say yes, great, I'm having lemon chicken. So if this was true, then all this wasn't gonna all this it wasn't gonna go through, the console wasn't gonna read all this because it has found the correct answer at first. So now, since the lemon chicken is false, it's gonna go and say else. It's gonna go to else if beef with black bean, and then if it's correct, for an instance here it's correct, then the printout would be I'm having the beef. But if this was false as well, we're gonna go to the other one, which is the sweet and sour pork, the third one. It was gonna say okay, I will have the pork, only if this was correct. But if this was wrong as well, if this was false as well, then it was gonna go and say, well, I guess I'll be having rice then. This one, the else statement, is the one that prints at the end. We don't even have a variable for it, because once all the variables are false, we will print the else statement. I hope yeah. So to create a chain of if statements, start with normal if statement after choosing the brace. Okay, so once here is the if statement. Okay, it's like this. Then you, after the braces, after the curly braces, if you want to create another statement, now we're doing the else if statement. So just after the curly brace, I prefer to jump a line so that I can see my code very well. But you can put an else here, else if, and then you put the condition, and then you console, and then you close the curly braces. You can still have else if statement for as much as you want, as many as you want. Okay. Just wanna see what I did here. If lemon chicken. Okay, I think I was now doing the second one. Let's just read here. To create. Okay, I read this one. Okay, there is also no limit. Says you can read this as follows: if the first statement is true, execute the first body. This is what I was saying, that if this was correct, if this was true, then all this wouldn't have mattered. This would be the output. The yay, I'm having lemon chicken would be the output. So maybe the lemon chicken is false, but then the beef with bean is true, then this would execute. Let's say all this, the lemon chicken, the beef with what, and everything is wrong, is false, then that's when we're gonna see JavaScript running the else statement. But if maybe one of the sweet and sour, maybe if the sweet and sour pork was true, then JavaScript was gonna run the sweet and sour pork. Let's go to the other one. If the first condition is true, execute the first body. Otherwise, if the second condition is true, execute the second body. Otherwise, if the third condition is true, execute the third body. Otherwise, execute the else body. So we only execute the else body on its own. Yeah, we only execute the else body once JavaScript doesn't find correct ones. Oh, sorry, I keep on saying correct. Once JavaScript doesn't find any of these conditions true, then it goes and jumps to the else statement. The else statement does not have true or false. It will be the one to execute either way. Okay. So now, when you have a chain of if statements like this with final else section, you can be sure that one and only one of the bodies will be run. As soon as the true condition is found, its associated body is run, and none of the other conditions is checked. This is what I was saying. If this was correct, all the other ones that are behind this were not going to be checked anyway, because we have found the true one. So, for example, the example on top where they found the bean was correct, was right, was the true one. So JavaScript never bothered going down because they found the correct one. So now we have this one that I've wrote here. The lemon chicken is false. Everything else is false. So let's see. If lemon chicken, then I'm having lemon chicken. I'm having beef. Let me just do this to make my life easier. I don't understand what I did here, but we found out. Okay, we're gonna start from there. Let's comment this one out and then go to the if lemon chicken. We have lemon chicken now. If you choose lemon chicken, I don't know what I'm doing now. I just want to see it as then it's false here. It's gonna say it's not gonna run. This one is false as well. It's not gonna run. Sweet sour pork, it's not gonna run. But at the end of the day, so on this one, it simply means you're not gonna have anything to eat because you don't have the else statement below. But if we had the else statement, this is when it was gonna print, since everything else is false. Let's see what this is gonna show us when we run it. See, there is nothing. So basically means there is nothing to eat. There is nothing at all. But let's try putting on the else statement and see what we're gonna come out with. Else console. Good love. I'm having pap. Okay, let's run this and see what we're gonna have as an outcome. I am having pap. So since everything else was wrong, the JavaScript had to print out I'm having pap as the last option, since we put the last option. But if we had not put the last option, the code wouldn't have run like it did in the first place. There was nothing to execute. There was nothing to print out. Let me just go to this one and comment it out so that it doesn't disturb me. Makes my life easier. Now we are here. Let name okay. Now we oh, this is the try it out that I was doing. I did the try out and I also did my own example. Then loops, we focusing on while loops now. Let's just remove this. See, yeah. So it says, as we have seen, conditionals allow you to run a piece of code once the condition is true. Loops, on the other hand, allow you to run a piece of code multiple times, depending on whether a condition remains true. For example, while there's food on your plate, you should keep eating, or while you still have dirt on your face, you should keep washing. While loops. The simplest kind of loop is a while loop. While loop a while loop repeatedly executes its body until a particular condition stops being true. By writing a while loop, you are saying keep doing this while this condition is true. Stop when the condition becomes false. Figure 6.4 shows while loops start with a while keyword followed by a condition in parentheses and then a body in braces. This condition is checked each time the loop repeats. So um, while you're a student, console keep studying. As long as you are still a student, keep studying. So we have a ship example, counting ship. So we have let ship counted equals to 0. While the ship counted is less than 10, keep on counting. This simply means keep on counting. For me, the for loop is the easier one because you can add here plus plus and then you're done. So let's run this. So while it's less than 10, so now the count is up to 9 because it started at 0. So it's gonna start count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and once it sees that the elements are 10, it will stop counting. It's gonna stop counting. Even maybe if we had put 100 here, it was gonna count up to 100. Once it's over 100, it stops, but as long as it is still below 100, it's still gonna count. Let's see what's gonna do. See, now it counted up until 99. See, because we had a condition of 100, it's gonna count to whatever number that you give it to count to. So now we're going to for loops. For let the ship counted equals to 0. As long as the ship count is less than 10, ship count plus plus. This is why I was saying this is easier for me, because you can add plus plus in here. There is no need to go outside of the for bracket to add plus plus. Says console.log, I have counted plus ship count. This is gonna it's gonna count the ship from 1 to 10. As long as the ship count is still less than 10, it's gonna execute the statement and say, I have counted 5 ships, I have counted 7 ships, I have counted 9 ships, until it gets to 10. Then it's gonna stop. It's literally gonna stop at the number that you give it. So here we have let times to say hello equals to 3. For let I equals to 0. Most of the time with this we start at 0, but it's not a force method to start at 0. You can still start at 5. For I is less than times to say hello, I plus plus, then console.log hello. So as long as it's still 0. Now we said I is a 0. So as long as the plus plus hasn't reached to 3, it's still gonna print the hellos, hi, hello, hello, for 3 times. Even if we maybe we put a 10 here, it was gonna print up until a 10. It's just the while loop and the for loop. For me, it's the same thing, just different ways to do it. Different way to do the same thing. Using for loops in arrays and strings. So I need to comment this one. Okay. Let animal. This is just an array, a simple array with 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. We have a lion. These are strings. We have a lion, flamingo, polar bear, and a cow. 4. Let I equals to 0. If I is less than animals.length. Now we wanna count the. We wanna have access to the length of the animals, I plus plus. So as long as the I, the number of the times printed is less than the length of the array. The length of an array is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's still gonna, this zoo has animals I, so it's gonna go with lion. This zoo has a lion, this zoo has a flamingo, this zoo has a polar bear, and this zoo has a cow. Yeah. Then we go to okay, now we wanna use the slice to we want to use the for loop to get into to a word, to just one word. We want to see how many letters are in the word. So we have the word Nick. I think I skipped an example that I really wanna. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to chapter 6. I'm just gonna look at the example if it's here or it's after. I think it's after. Yeah, it's after. So now we want to see how many letters are in the word Nick. So we go let I equals to 0. As long as I is less than the array.length I plus plus. This simply gets inside the word and counts the word, and yeah. So now it says we print my name contains the letter, and then this I simply goes in each and every letter and prints it out as it is told here. Now we're going to, yeah, this is the example I wanted. Other ways to use for loops. So most of the time we start the for loop at 0, but then it's not a must to start the for loop at 0. Here they started the for loop at 2. They said for let x equals to 2. As long as x is less than 10,000, x equals to x times 2. So let me comment this out so that we can understand more. So now we're gonna say since x is 2, we're gonna say 2 times 2, which gives us 4, and so x is gonna be, okay, the first one is gonna be the very exact number 2, and then it says it's gonna be 2 times 2, which is gonna give us a 4, and 2 times the 4. So once we multiply the number with a 2, and the answer that we get, we're going to use that answer to multiply it with a 2 again. It's almost the same as the plus equals, times equals. Now we're going to use the times equals. So here we got a 4, and then we said 4 times 2, which gives us an 8, and 8 times 2, which gives us a 32, and then we go like that. Okay. Now here we have a programming challenge that I hadn't done. Okay, so it says try out these challenges to practice working with conditionals and loops. Awesome animals. Write a for loop that modifies an array of animals, making them awesome. For example, if your starting array is var animals, Komodo dragon, cat, fish, and lemur, then after you run your loop, it should look like this: awesome cat, awesome fish, awesome lemur, awesome dragon. Hint: you'll need to reassign values to the array at each index. Animal 0. Okay, I'll need to equals to awesome plus animal 0. Okay, so now we're gonna have animal 0, which is gonna be, yeah, which is gonna be awesome plus animal 0. So whenever we run this, it's gonna come exactly as awesome cat, awesome dog. I'm gonna try this out. Then make a random string generator. You'll need to start with a string containing all the letters in the alphabet. var alphabet. To pick a random letter from the string, you can update the code we used in random insert generator in chapter 3, math.flow random alphabet.length. This will create a random index to the string. I'm just gonna sit down and do this one now.